Hello, Kevin here, and today we're going to draw the Little Mermaid from Denmark. Enjoy! Start off with very light, rough geometrical shapes. Again, start with the teardrop head. Then just below that, give her a little neck, and then just from more or less level with the chin, come out with the shoulders. And again, a little sort of elongated teardrop for a torso. We'll tidy all this up later. And another teardrop, very elongated for the fish tail. You can give a little twist on that too. Arms, as always, 2 sausages. Just come down from the shoulder, down to the joint of the elbow, and then do the second part of the arm. There's a wee bit wide, we'll narrow that. The hands, as always, triangle, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now, let's start tidying some of that up. So, let's start with forearms. A nice wee narrow bit at the wrist, and then a nice curve going into that shoulder. And then up here, and then another bit of a curve here, and then up into that round shoulder. And then you can just carry on her neck. Now start off with the other shoulder. Come down here and into the arm. Straighten them up, or not straighten them up, heavy them up. Now the forearm, wide part here, going into the wrist. Now the hand. So in this hand, her thumb is going to be at the forefront. You can see that there, it's quite small. And then her first finger is going to be coming out like that. So you can see that her thumb is in front of everything and the first finger is behind that. That means that every finger then after that is going to be further behind. So each finger is hidden behind the other one. So you can see that it's quite complicated. Same with this hand, the thumb is at the forefront, so do the heel of the thumb here and then straighten it up a little bit and then come down into the wide. So you can see it's kind of like there's a circle at the heel of the thumb and then it goes up into a straighter bit. Then the fingers 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then just shape them up a little bit by doing the second line on each one. Bear in mind that the second finger is slightly longer, the last finger is the shortest. Now give a wee line here for where the 2 shells are going and sort of make a cross a bit there, and I think because her body is slightly tilted around, we'll see more of this side and then the front is over to the right. So it's not centre. It'd be centre if she was looking straight ahead, but she's not. So give yourself a sort of a oval shape here and an oval shape here, and then we'll turn them into shells now in a little minute. And then you can carry the strap on down here. Now to make them into shells, come back over that line and give it 1 bump, 2, 3, 4. And same here, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then for each of them bumps, just carry a line in, and then that's the shells. Her rib cage comes down here and then in, and her waist, and then out again. Same here, in, out, in. Not too much, I probably went a little bit too far there. So then for the belly, just down there, That's where it meets the the fish tail. Give her a belly button too. Can't deprive her of that. Now, let's see what we can do about this fish tail. So a nice curve down here, a gentle curve, and into a point. So going out to the left and then in and then down. This one is just one curve, so it's just out and in again. So that's 1, 2 lines. This is one curve. Now the bottom of this sweeps up and around. And then the same with this one, sweeps up and around. Okay, so 2 lines more or less the same. With this one, go back to that point and just bring it over here. Now that's going to be the fin or the tail overlapping itself here. This one then you can just match up there. Now you can give them a few lines, and all these lines are going into this point here. They're all disappearing into that point. It's very important. Now her face. This is the tricky bit. So she's looking not quite to the side and not quite straight out. So this is probably the hardest way to draw a face. So I'm going to be looking slightly to the right. So bring her jawline down at an angle, like not exactly 45 degrees, but a bit steeper. And her chin, then just draw a wee chin at the bottom of that. Now, this is the bit, this is the important bit. I'm going to go out for her cheek, and then in. That's where her A is going to be, and then out again, and up, and that's going to be her forehead. So then in from that point there, just go in slightly, and give her a little turned up nose. Okay, hopefully you can see that there. And then after you've done that, then you can draw the A from that. So just basically there's her nose, and then carry on that line. That's the top of the A, and then just come down. Now, straight over here, the other A has to be in the same height. So come across and down, and then across again to the bottom, and down again. So you got the 2 A's, hopefully the same height, and her eyebrows. Now, we're going to do the colour of her eye and the pupil. The colour and the pupil. Right, so that looks at, she's looking back the way she came. And her mouth, start off with the top lip, find the corner and go slightly down, up and down. Down, up and down. And then just go back to that corner, and we're going to draw from that corner to that corner, just down and up. Now her bottom lip is just a wider version of that, and her top lip is just a wider version of that with a little drop in the middle. Her neck is going to come up here, and then give her a little bit of an ear. You're not going to see all of the ear because it's hidden by hair. So speaking of the hair, we're going to start off with the bit just above her eyebrows, and just come down in just a slightly wavy line. Just a slightly wavy line. And then come up just above that where that started, and come up in a hill of hair, if there's such a thing. And then down, and see where this wee curl is? Just go past it, out into its widest part, and then in, out, and in. Big sort of S shape there. And then back to this point, and you can do a couple of wee sweeping lines down where that ear gets hidden, and a wee spike of hair down to finish up the shape of her face. And then just to finish it off, I'm going to go back to this point, back to the highest point of her hair, and come up and then down and sweep it down into like the waves or the underwater is sort of waving her hair around. And then up here, down, and then round into a curl, into a point. And then at that same point, just widen that and come back round and let it just disappear behind the arm. And that's Ariel. So I'm just going to outline her now, so just bear with me. And there you have her, the Little Mermaid. So go, try it yourself and have some fun with it. Alright? Enjoy.